I welcome you all to this session, a hands-on workshop on new frontiers and future directions in AI and data science, organized by Vivekanand School of Engineering and Technology, WIPS-TC. Vivekanand Institute of Professional Studies has been a beacon of excellence in education for more than 2 decades. One of the significant achievements of WIPS-TC is its NAAC A++ rating, and this reflects the institution's focus on maintaining rigorous standards of teaching, infrastructure, research, and most importantly, student support. Empowering over 7,000 students through a diverse array of 20 plus undergraduate and postgraduate programs. WIPS-TC stands tall as an institution. And today, workshop is indeed a testament to WIP's commitment to staying at the forefront of cutting-edge technology. Mayuri Mehta ma'am, who will guide us through an immersive workshop into the fascinating realms of AI and data science. In addition, we acknowledge the presence of Professor Dipali Virmani ma'am, Dean VSc and T, whose dynamic leadership has played a pivotal role in crafting the success stories of students of VSc and T. I would like to extend a warm invitation to Dipali ma'am to guest of the day, Professor Mayuri Mehta ma'am. Let's have a huge round of applause for ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now it's time to turn our attention into the main highlight of today's gathering. Our distinguished speaker, Professor Mayuri Mehta ma'am. Ma'am is not just an academician, she is a trailblazer in the field of computer science engineering, with a wealth of experience and influence that extends far beyond the walls of Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology, Surat, Gujarat. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Professor Mayuri Mehta ma'am as she takes the stage to guide us through the fascinating world of new frontiers and future directions in AI and data science. I would request ma'am to please come on the podium, and let's have a huge round of applause for Professor Mayuri Mehta ma'am.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Yeah, very good afternoon, everyone. The first thing I want to clear that this is not a workshop, hands-on workshop. This is a talk on AI and data science. And also remember that this is not your regular class, right? So feel free to interact at any time. You can raise questions anytime during the session. Though I would like to prefer to take your questions in the session. Fine. Okay. Now, let me first give you my brief introduction. I am working as a professor in Department of Computer Engineering of Sarvajanik College of Engineering located in Surat, Gujarat. I am associated with this profession by choice since 24 years. I am also working as an international relation officer of my college. And my science, specifically AI and data science in healthcare, computer. So these are the main areas of fine. Now, before we proceed, I would like to know that is there anyone not from second year, from third year, fourth year? All of you. Any one of you have learned AI or data science? You, right? I think I'm not audible with this. I can. Hello. Yeah. So all of you are from second year? Fine. Do you know that which are the thrust areas today in computer science and engineering? I told you that this is not a regular class, so don't worry, you can speak anything. Okay? So which are the thrust areas today in computer science and engineering?
Quantum computing.
Quantum computing, correct. Then? Machine learning, fine. Data science. Blockchain, correct. Cyber security. Okay. IoT, cloud computing, right? 3D printing. These are all the buzzwords you may have heard. IoT also, right? So many people know that these are the buzzwords and these are the trending fields today. But less people know that all these are connected areas. All these are connected with each other, and less people know that how they are connected with each other. Okay, so I'll briefly tell you that how they are connected to each other. Moreover, this is your first class on artificial intelligence and data science, right? So you won't learn everything of the subject in this first talk or first session. But always the first session or first lecture for any subject should be where you get motivated, or where you can, listening to which you can decide that whether you want to pursue your career in that field or not. And what is the scope of research, or what is the scope of job in that field that you should be knowing, so that you can decide that whether you want to pursue your career in AI or in data science or in some other field, right? So this session will provide you the overview of artificial intelligence and overview of data science, mainly the data science process. You will also learn that which are the applications areas of AI and data science and how they are connected with each other, right? Are they connected, and if yes, then how they are connected with each other, fine? And today these two subjects, they are not limited to only computer science students, be it civil engineering, be it IT engineering, be it electronics engineering, be it mechanical, chemical, right? Be it finance. These subjects are applicable to every real life sector today. They are useful. So you don't need to worry that you want to pursue your career in so and so field and this is useful or not. In whichever field you want to pursue your career, whether it is art, whether it is science, whether it is finance, everywhere these two subjects are very useful. And I'll show you some of the applications from those fields also. Fine? Okay. So this would be the flow of discussion today. I will introduce artificial intelligence and machine learning, and then data science process, then applications of both, one AI powered use case, and finally the challenges and future opportunities will be discussed. Okay, so you are familiar with all these buzzwords, and as I told you, but you don't know how they are connected with each other. Okay, so this figure shows, the first figure shows the evolution of artificial intelligence. So you have heard this word, but anyone knows what is artificial intelligence? Can you tell me in 1 or 2 lines what is artificial intelligence? Yes?
Artificial intelligence is a machine that behaves like human and does human tasks that are, well, now very repetitive or not.
Yeah, good. That is true, right? Artificial intelligence, which is also known as machine intelligence. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence? It is a branch of computer science which has capability to analyze complex data. I have defined it only in 1 line. You can define it in multiple lines also, and you will find multiple definitions also. But the simple definition is, it is a branch of computer science which analyzes complex data. It is called machine intelligence because machines demonstrate artificial intelligence, which is in contrast to the natural intelligence demonstrated by human. So that's why it is called artificial intelligence or machine intelligence. You can see in this figure that, okay, now before that, this artificial intelligence has several subdomains. It is very vast area. Artificial intelligence is a vast topic. It includes several subdomains, and here I have mentioned some of the subdomains. You can see that neural networks, evolutionary computers, reasoning, knowledge representation, machine learning, natural language processing, deep learning, fuzzy systems. These are the various subdomains of artificial intelligence. Among all these subdomains, we all know that machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing, they have been very popular nowadays.
They have been very popular, right? So this, now let us see then what is machine learning. Okay, so machine learning is a subdomain of artificial intelligence, and this machine learning techniques are the statistical techniques. These techniques, why it is called machine learning? Because these techniques give machines power to learn from data. They give capability to machines to learn from data, and that's why it is called machine learning. Okay, and this machine learning techniques, they are not new, they are there since 90s. Even this artificial intelligence, though it has been popular in last 1 decade, it is there since 1950. I'll tell you, but now why it has been so popular. Later I'll tell you. So these are the machine learning techniques, and you cannot, avoid the impact of this artificial intelligence or machine learning in your day-to-day life. You might be using several applications which are machine learning based. For example, you might be using Fitbit, which is machine learning based application. You might be using Amazon Alexa or Google Home personal assistant devices. They are machine learning based. When you upload photos on Facebook, it suggests auto tagging. That is also machine learning. So many machine learning, deep learning based applications we are using in our day-to-day life. So you cannot avoid its impacts in today's life. Now, what is deep learning and how it differs from machine learning? Okay, deep learning, you can see that in this figure, it is a subset of machine learning. Why it is called deep learning? See, deep learning, the learning is in deep. So to learn in deep here, neural networks having the more number of hidden layers. You might not be knowing neural networks. So before I discuss neural networks, let me tell you that how machines learn. Machine learning is analogous to human learning. It is analogous to human learning. How do we humans learn? We have incredible organ brain in which we have biological neural network. So biological neural network, it learns. It has millions of neurons which are connected with each other, right? And all these neurons in our biological neural network, they have send and receive capability. They have capability to work in parallel too, and that's why you are able to take several decisions in parallel. You are able to do several tasks simultaneously. I give you a simple example. When you drive car, you take judgment through your eyesight. You control accelerator and brake through feet, and you handle gear using your hand. So these are the three tasks you do at the same time because our neurons have capability to work in parallel. We humans learn using biological neural network, and how machines learn? They learn using artificial neural network. They learn using artificial neural network. Now this artificial neural network has the same structure as we humans have. Okay, it has same structure. It has number of neurons. Like these are simple neural networks, and we have latest neural networks also. So they use this artificial neural network. These are the neurons, and they are similar to biological neurons. They have send and receive capability. They work in parallel, right? So it learns through this artificial neural network. Okay. Second thing, we learn using biological neural network. It learns using artificial neural network. Fine? Everyone, yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now it learns using this. How do we learn? When you were kids, right? You learn many things when you were kids. How did you learn? Okay, I give you a simple example. Kids learn walking and talking through observation and analysis. They learn walking and talking through observation and analysis. Like they observe walking and talking style of the people around them, right? As they grow, they go out. They go out, they meet more people in the society or right? They meet more people. They meet more people, they observe walking and talking style of the more people. So their learning increases. As their learning increases, their vocabulary increases because they meet more people, they talk to more people, their vocabulary increases. As their vocabulary increases, right, their accuracy of speaking increases. They start speaking clear statements. Right? So this is how they learn, kids learn. Similarly, okay, so we learn like this. Moreover, sometimes like when you were at home, parents taught you many things. When you were in school, teachers taught you many things. So this is how we learn. How machines learn? They learn through artificial neural network. But how they learn? Who is their teacher? Yes, correct answer. Who is their teacher? Data. So data is the teacher for artificial neural network. Artificial neural networks, they learn from data. You need to provide data, they observe the patterns in data and they learn from data, and then we can use them in real life sector. I hope this is clear everyone, how machines learn and how they get artificial intelligence. So this is how they get artificial intelligence from data. So now here I would like to clear that though we have this artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques since 1950s, but it has been popular in last 1 decade. Why so? No ChatGPT. Increasing computation power, one reason, okay. But why we have been able to use this AI and machine learning? Yes, data. Because before 10 years, if you think, we did not have digital data. I am talking about the digital data. We used to write everything in notebooks. आप बैंक में जाते थे तो वहाँ पे रहते थे बड़े बड़े notebooks. वहाँ पे वो सारे records maintain करते थे. If you go to hospital, they also used to write in notebooks, right? So digital data was not available earlier. But in last 1 decade, we know that daily we are generating tons of data through our digital devices. And this data has created lot of opportunities, right? So now we have this digital data, we have this electronic data almost in every real life sector, and that's why it has been possible to apply data science and artificial intelligence. And earlier it was not possible. So though these techniques are there since long time, we were not using them, and we started using them since almost last 1 decade. Yes or no? Yes. So we are generating data in exabytes, which is almost 1 million, terabytes. Exabytes means 2 raised to 18. So this much data we are generating daily through our digital devices. Fine. So, and now we are not generating data in a particular, almost in every sector. Digitization has been very common. Almost every section, be it finance, be it healthcare, be it agriculture, be it space, everywhere we have digital data. We take satellite images with camera, we take like ISRO and DRDO, they have satellite data. So if somebody wants to make sense of this data, then they can apply data science using AI. Right, so everywhere we have digital data, and so the scope of this AI and data science is not limited to a particular real life sector. They are applicable to almost every real life sector. I'll give you many examples. Let's see it. So in whichever field you want to pursue your career, you can use this AI and data science, and you must have the knowledge of AI and data science, because I tell you, it is said that the professionals of a particular field, AI is not going to replace the professionals of a particular field, but professionals who are using AI are surely going to replace the professionals who are not going to, or who are not using the AI. So you should have knowledge of AI and data science irrespective of your discipline. Okay. So this is about the artificial neural network and machine learning and deep learning. Who is the father of AI? John McCarthy. He proposed this in 1955. So AI is there since 1955, and he was a professor of Stanford University, America, and he received several honors and accolades for his invention. Okay, so this is the history of AI. So here are the reasons that why it has been now very popular, though it is there since 1950s. Why it has been now so popular. So 3 main reasons. The first reason, which we have discussed, now we have enormous digital data almost in every real life sector. That is the first reason. Second reason, this data does not make any sense until you analyze it and derive the knowledge from it. Otherwise, it is useless. If you want to make sense of data, then you have to derive knowledge, you have to analyze that data, right? So to derive this massive amount of data which we are generating in real life sectors, we need higher computation power, and we also need rapid analytic algorithms. So today we also have higher computation power. I tell you that when we were studying in college, we were using machines having 64 MB RAM. 64, 32 MB RAM or 62 or 64 MB. I'm saying MB, okay? So even it's not a half GB. Okay, so we were using such machines. And hard disk was also like in MB or 1 GB. That was the size of our hard disk. So we were using this machine. So at that time, the computation power was also limitation. And even if we want to increase the memory, it was so costly that we cannot think of that at that time. Okay, but now it is like computation power, you are getting machines with 16 GB, it is very common configuration. And even if you want to increase it, the memory is not costly, it is not expensive now. So we have computation power, and we also have rapid analytics techniques because a lot of research is going on in both these fields, AI and data science. So we have all these three, and due to these three reasons, this AI and data science have emerged in real-time sectors. Okay, so these are some of the application areas of AI, but these are not only the application areas, we will see again, so I'll skip this slide. Many slides I will skip because we have 2 hours, I have so many slides, I'll not be able to cover each slide, so only useful slides will be discussed here. Okay, so here are some applications. If you talk about the transportation, everyone knows that AI and data science are useful for autonomous car. Right? So this is one example. Healthcare, several applications are there in healthcare. I have worked in many of these areas because as I shared with you, my areas of research includes artificial intelligence and data science in healthcare. So here you can see the various application areas in healthcare. For drug discovery, you can use it. You can also use it for medication management. You can also use it for medical image analysis, AI-assisted robotic surgery, and so on. Right? Okay, these are the applications in finance. This may interest you. Movies. How many movies you know? I have mentioned here. No. Yeah, I have. All these movies. And again, we have not started using AI in movies or in this sector since past few years, since 2000. Since 2000 AI is used. So AI is used in this sector for what? Any idea? Any idea? It is used for what purposes here? Huh? Okay. You mean to say graphical user? No. CGI. Okay. Any other application? Do you know? Today there is no limitation. It is used to generate script. It is used to add voice. It is used to edit videos. It is used to add colors in your movie. It is used to predict that how this movie will perform at box office. So many applications. These are not only the applications even. So many applications of AI. Earlier there were limited applications. If I talk about the 2000 or the first decade of this 20th century. But now there are so many applications of AI and data science in this sector also. Military, anyone knows how it is used? You see the sector, like you term the sector and you can find the application of AI. Military, for cyber security, it is used in military. For logistic and transportation, it is used in military. For battlefield healthcare, it is used in military. To identify obstacles in military, it is used. Right? So many applications. Again, these are not applications which I have shared with you. Right? So many applications. So every sector it is used here. Okay, you must be knowing her. Who is she? Sophia, yeah, it is written, it is Sophia. But who is she? Huh? Okay, UAE's first AI citizen. It is world's first robot citizen. Sophia is world's first, it is handcrafted science fiction character. Handcrafted science fiction character depicting the future of AI and robotics both. Right? And she has given many interviews. She has taken place on the front of one very popular magazine. Right? She has also attended, she has performed in several concerts also. Applicabilities are not limited. And this is the sari which she wore when she was in Kolkata. So this is the first world's robot citizen, Sophia. So see the future of AI and robotics. Last year in September 2022, first time, every year a competition is held in for Europe countries in art field. It is also for painting, sculpture and some other fields, right? So in painting sector, somebody first time participated without colors and brush. And first time he used AI to generate the picture, and this picture won the first prize in the history. Like AI generated picture won the first prize in that painting competition in European countries. So if you are interested in art, there also you can use AI. Another robot. Who is this? AI Da. Name is AI Da. UK's first robot citizen. And it answered several questions in UK Parliament. It was asked, it is art, this is specifically art robot. It is art robot, okay? So it was asked in UK Parliament that how do you generate painting? It answered that I generate painting using the cameras in my eyes, AI algorithms, and cameras in eyes, AI algorithms, and I forgot the third, like 3 things it used. So this is how it generates the painting. It was also asked that how you generate poets. So it replied that poets are generated using neural networks and a big corpus of text I have. So she faced interview in UK Parliament. In fashion also, if you are interested in fashion design, there also you can use endless applications are there. I'll not discuss all because we also have to discuss data science and some real time use cases. Okay, so these are some additional examples. AI for good. Okay, so here you can see that, AI to address socially relevant problems such as homeless children. At Stanford, researchers are using AI to analyze satellite images to identify which areas have the highest poverty levels. So AI can also, AI is useful for many good reasons. These are other applications. This is one more application. It can carry up to this helicopter. This helicopter can carry up to 6,000 pounds of cargo, and this helicopter can drop nearly 2,800 gallons water on the fire. Right? So all this are applications. AlphaGo must be knowing. This is Google's team product launched in 2015, and in 2015 first time. This game defeated the human player. First in 2015 and after that in 2017. So it has proved its efficiency. AlphaGo game. Okay. So this is a brief introduction of AI, that what is AI in brief and what are the recent applications in various real life sectors. But these applications are not limited to only those sectors, and these applications are also not limited to only these sectors which I have mentioned here. It is useful in almost every real life sector. If I tell you like healthcare, we have discussed that it is used for drug discovery, it is used for disease diagnosis. In Corona time, you know what is the journey of drug discovery? What is the journey of drug discovery? You know what is the journey of drug discovery? A drug passes through a journey of 10 to 12 years from research lab to marketplace. But through AI, it has been possible to invent a new drug in short time. It has been possible, right? So it is useful for drug discovery. In security and defense, we have seen in military, Education also it is useful. Like all these are the sectors wherein we can find the applications of this AI and data science. Okay, so that was a brief introduction of AI. Now let us see the brief introduction of data science, right? And then let us see that how these fields are interconnected. I think third last row, those students can come forward. Yes, that girl who is looking behind. Yeah, yes. Data science. Let me introduce that what is data. Yes, I am telling you. Yeah. You can come forward. You can bring your friends also. Yeah, you can sit here. She was disturbing all around her, so I called her. Data science introductions and okay, so what is data science and how it is related to artificial intelligence, right? So I already introduced that how these two fields are connected to each other. We have a huge amount of data today, digital data specifically. But this data doesn't make any sense if we do not analyze and derive knowledge from that. So how can we analyze this digital data? If we have data on notebooks, we can manually analyze. But if we have digital data, and if we have, particularly when we have a huge amount of data, how can we analyze it? We need AI techniques. So this, machine learning techniques and data science, they go together. Machine learning has no significance if we don't have digital data, and data science has no significance if we don't have machine learning techniques. Because to analyze data, we need machine learning techniques, then only data science is possible. And to use machine learning techniques, we need huge amount of data, then only data science is possible. So both these go together. Like there are many myths. People say that data science is a part of AI. AI is a part of data science. Some people say that they are same. No, they are not same. They are different, but they go together. Right? They need to go together, then only we can have a data science project, and then only we can prove the applicability of machine learning techniques. Fine? Okay, so what is data science? It is interdisciplinary field. It is a combination of three fields. Data science includes three fields: computer science, domain knowledge, and statistical techniques. So statistical techniques means machine learning. So data science is a combination of computer science, machine learning techniques, and domain knowledge. Okay? Domain knowledge is required because you may be applying data science to finance, you may be applying data science to healthcare, you may be applying data science to agriculture. So like most of the time when I work on any healthcare project, first 6 months we spare on understanding that disease, or like how it is diagnosed clinically, what are the drawbacks when it is diagnosed manually or in clinics, and then we start working, and then we start automizing that disease diagnosis, right? So you need to have domain knowledge when you want to apply data science. Okay, so domain knowledge is required. Computer science is required because you have to develop algorithm to solve your problem in that field, and machine learning to analyze that data, that is mathematics, statistical techniques are required. Okay. This data science project has proven several benefits in industries, and here I have mentioned some of the benefits. As you can see here, it reduces cost for many things, like manual analysis cost more than this automated analysis. Other costs are also reduced. It helps industries to devise new business strategy to get into new markets, because future trends can be predicted using this, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult when we manually analyze to predict the future trends, future market. And other like launch a new product or service. It increases the production. It helps. The advantages are endless. So many advantages are there, and that's why nowadays this data science is used by companies. Now before we proceed further for the data science, I would like to clear the difference between data analysis and data science. Here also there are many myths and people believe that data analysis and data science. Okay, just analyzes the past data. And while data scientist analyzes the past data, current data, and predicts the future trends. So data analyst analyzes the past data and just checks that what happened and why happened, right? But data scientists go deeper. It also analyzes why it happened, how it happened, also predicts the future trends, right? So it is like a deeper than data analysis. And here you can see that data scientist needs additional knowledge to be data scientist. What is that additional knowledge? Data scientists need to know machine learning and AI, right? Well, data analyst does not need knowledge of AI. Fine. Similarly, data scientist needs knowledge of this programming, and you can see that big data, no SQL should be known. And because if it is non-structured data, then no SQL should be known. If it is structured data, SQL should be known. Scripting languages should be known, right? So additional knowledge is required to be data scientist, while it's very easy to be data analyst. Okay, so now let's see the data science pipeline in brief, not in detail. And I'll show you there that where exactly AI is used in data science pipeline, because I told you that both this, data science and pipeline, they go together. So how exactly it is used? These are the major steps, 5 steps of data science project. The first step is collect data. Second step is clean data. Third step is it is exploratory data analysis, find patterns. Fourth step is construct model, modeling the data. So fourth step, this is the step where we use machine learning. Model the data. We create machine learning model or we create deep learning model. So the fourth step is the step where we use AI. And the fifth step is communicate this data to outer world. Interpret the data, right? Interpret the results. Interpret the results to communicate to the outer world. So these are the 4 major steps. Okay. Now listen carefully. Among these 5 steps, the first 3 steps, they take 70% of the time of the data science project. 70% of the time of the data science project is spent on the first 3 steps. And the last 2 steps, they require only 30% of the time. Most of the people are interested in the 4th step, building machine learning, deep learning model, and to know the results. Right? But for that, to get the desired results, to get the fruitful results, you need to spend sufficient time on the first 3 steps. So I'll tell you why. Okay, so first step is obtain data. Probably you will learn this subject and there you will learn this pipeline also, and you will learn all the steps in detail. But I'll tell you that how can you gather the data. Do you know how can we gather data? How can we gather data? Surveys, okay. Yeah, right answer, surveys then. Yeah, feedback, that is true. Then previous databases, okay. If it is in hard form, we can convert it into soft form. Okay, then. Yeah, that he told, right? But these are the only ways. User activities, yes. Like when you use your social media, every moment you spend on social media, it is tracked. Every moment, what activity you are doing, it is tracked. Right? Which page you have spent, what time, at what time, on what day, how much time you spent on that page. Everything is recorded. When you travel through Uber and Ola, that is also recorded. You traveled how many times, from where to where you traveled, right? It is recorded, and accordingly you get offers also. Nowadays banks, they also keep track of your every type of transaction. If you are purchasing more online, then they may offer you credit card, right? Everything is nowadays tracked in every sector. Your activities are tracked. Okay. So, and apart from this, apart from you, like we know IoT, I told you that all these thrust areas, they are connected with each other, right? Suppose you have created IoT network in one farm in agriculture. So those sensors, they continuously monitor some, maybe weather, they continuously monitor maybe the stem and leaves of the plant, right? They may be monitoring moisture, or they may be monitoring the environment. Okay, they continuously monitor, and this data which they gather, right, that is accumulated at one center point so that it can be analyzed. So IoT, what's the use of IoT network? It monitors something and it gathers data, right? IoT is also very useful in healthcare. We have nowadays many wearable devices. Okay, this wearable devices, when patients, this wearable devices, when they are attached to patients, they continuously monitor several health related statistics, and continuously they are gathered at some central system and they can be monitored. Okay, so this data which we are collecting using IoT, it has no sense, this IoT network has no sense if we are not making sense from that data, if we are not deriving any insights from that data. And to derive insights from data, you need to use data science. When you want to use data science, you need to use machine learning, AI. So see how these are connected with each other. Now if there is some, let us assume that you have one IoT network, you have a smart hospital, or you have a smart city. So at many places, this IoT networks are there. Sensors are located, they are placed at many locations, and they continuously monitor data. Now this data is transferred from many locations to one warehouse or one central system. You have to also provide security, because in hospitals you need to provide privacy. Patients' data must be kept private, right? Privacy issues should not arise. So now here you need security, like blockchain. You may use blockchain here. So see how these are connected with each other. You can also use when we create smart cities, when we create smart hospital or smart organization, where data is stored, a lot of data. This IoT networks, they generate lots of data, massive data, huge data they generate. Where is it kept? Where is it kept? Any idea? Where is it stored? Cloud. Yes. So see the cloud computing, it is also connected. So when you want to build smart city, see all these fields are connected. You need IoT, you need cloud computing, you need blockchain, you need data science, you need AI. So all these fields are connected to each other. You know? Okay, so these are the steps. So let me tell you that how we can collect the data. You have shared some of the ways to collect the data, but how we store them. Okay, once we collect the data, this is the first step of data science project, and how we store, where we store this data. So these are the different ways you can store data in database, or you can store data in Excel file. You can also use web scraping tools such as Beautiful Soup. This Beautiful Soup is a Python library. It is used to collect data from websites. Beautiful Soup. You can use APIs. You must be knowing all this Facebook, Twitter, Google. They allow to access data from their servers. And if you want to access data from their servers, you need to use their API. Twitter APIs are available, Facebook APIs are available, Google APIs are available. So you can analyze their huge amount of data, right, to derive insights. So these are the different ways to collect data. Once you collect data, what is the next step? Once you collect data, what is the next step? Clean that data. Why to clean this data? Because data science works on garbage in, garbage out philosophy. It works on garbage in, garbage out philosophy. Okay. So if the if the quality of data is not good, then the quality of outcome will not be good. Is that clear? So that's why we need to clean data. Now, what do you mean by cleaning the data? What do you mean by cleaning the data? Cleaning the data means you may have collected data from different sources. Okay, so you need to bring that data into common format. You need to bring data into, for example, suppose I am working on one healthcare application, and suppose I am working to diagnose corona disease from CT scan. So I need data to train machine so that it can learn how to diagnose corona from CT scan. So I have collected, suppose, CT scan from different imaging centers. Now when I collect CT scans from different imaging centers, they will be in different configurations, because they will be in different formats, because the machines in different imaging centers may have different configuration specifications. So you need to bring them into common format before you provide this data to your machine learning model. So please remember that when you provide data to your machine learning, deep learning model, you have to bring all data into common format, because you may have collected data from different resources. Okay, and they need to be brought into some common format. So here what we do in second step, we bring them into common format. If there are some missing values, then we fill those missing values. Okay, if there are some duplicates, we remove them. So such things are taken care during the data pre-processing. So you prepare data here. Okay, and these are the various data pre-processing techniques. But I think, fine, I can skip this. You will learn them in detail in this subject. Right? These are the data pre-processing techniques. Let me discuss only one technique so that you get idea that what exactly we do in data processing and why we do it. Okay, let us discuss the first technique, rescaling data. I told you that data may be in different formats. Okay, so rescaling means scale up or scale down data. So where is it required? In several applications, but let me give you one example. Suppose you are studying in different divisions, wherein you are studying data science subject. Okay? Let's say in division A, teacher has taken exam out of 50 marks, and in division B, teacher has taken exam out of 100 marks. Okay? Same subject, but the scale is different. In one division out of 50, in second division out of 100. Now, your institute wants to know that who is the outstanding student in data science subject. So has to analyze data of or results of all the students in both the divisions. But the scales are different. So can I get the student who has scored the highest marks? No, because in one division 50 out of 50 marks, second out of 100. So what we need to do here, I have collected data from two different sources, one from division A, second from division B. So either I need to scale up the marks like of division A from out of 50 to out of 100, or I need to scale down the marks of students of division B from 100 to 50. Then they are on the same scale, and then you can find that who has scored the highest marks. Is that clear? Right? So such several applications are there where you need to bring data into common format. Then only the comparison analysis is possible. So that is scaling. Similarly, we have other techniques like standardization, normalization, binarizing data. Standardization is also to bring data into, some other range. It is not scale down or scale up, but to bring data into common range. Normalizing is bring data into fixed range, either -1 to 1 or 0 to 1. Okay, and for normalization, I have included one example also. Binarizing data means suppose you have in your data set, you have one column having only two options. Let's say one column is gender. One column is gender. So either female or male. So only two types, like two possibilities are there for this feature or for this column. So what can we do? Instead of keeping that female and male words in that column, we can replace them by 0, 1. Because processing would be easy, because there male consists of 4 characters, female consists of 6 characters. Your machine has to process 4 or 6 characters. But when you replace them by 0, 1, the processing will be easy because your machine has to process only 1 digit. 1 beat you can say, 0 or 1. So these steps are required during pre-processing, label encoding and all. Okay, so this is very important from machine learning perspective. Suppose this is the data set using which you are training your machine learning model. Okay, if there is a bias in your data set, your machine learning model may make incorrect decisions, may take incorrect decisions. So you need to, remove that bias from your data set. Fine. So here you can see that this is the data set, and let us assume that I am using these 3 columns to train my machine learning model. Here you can observe that age feature, it ranges in which 0 to 40, 20 to 60 probably, yeah, 20 to 60. Salary, it ranges in 0 to 5 lakhs or something. And that years of experience, it ranges from 0 to 40. Now, if you train your machine learning model, right, try to imagine or try to compare it with your biological neural network. If you train machine learning model with this data, right, when it makes decisions, it may learn that a particular decision is maybe because of the salary column, because it has higher value. But actually it is not the fact. The result is not impacted by the feature having the higher value. Right? So to avoid these biases, we need to bring all these values in common range, maybe in -1 to 1 or 1 to -1. So that is normalization. Right? In normalization, we bring all these values in one particular range, either -1 to 1 or 0 to 1, so that they can be compared and machines can be trained. Okay, I'll skip all this. The third step of your data science. I remind you that you have to spend 70% of time for the first 3 steps of data science project. Okay, so pre-processing of data is over. After pre-processing, you have to apply, this is the name itself say what you have to do. Explore data, exploratory data analysis, explore data. You may be provided 100 features in your data set, but you have to decide, are these all features necessary to train my model? So you have to select features. Features means columns. This, like which columns you want to use your, which data you want to use your machine learning model. So feature selection, relation between features, right? Outlier detection. So many things we carry out during this. This is the third step. These steps we carry out during the exploratory data analysis. Okay. So you can see that variable identification means, variable means, see we use these words interchangeably. Variable, attribute, feature, column name, these are same. Right? When we are provided data set, those columns are called features. They are called attributes. Okay, they are called variables. So variable identification, then univariate, bivariate, multivariate analysis, this you will learn in data science. Missing value treatment, then outlier detection and all, this is performed during exploratory data analysis. Very important step this is. And then you can use this data. At the end of this step, your data is fine-tuned, your data is ready to be used for your machine learning model. Before these 3 steps, you cannot create machine learning model, and you have to spend lot of time for this, 70% of the time. Examples are there for all these steps, which I am skipping. This is the 4th step. Now build machine learning model. Why to build machine learning model now? Because you want to automate something. When do we use machine learning, you know? When we want to automate something. Anywhere you want automation, you have to use machine learning, deep learning. Automation. So doctors are manually diagnosing the diseases, but you want automated disease diagnosis. Use machine learning, deep learning, right? Many things. Like doctors can track the statistics of patient. You want automated monitoring of statistics of patient. Use machine learning, right? I'll also give you some real-time examples which you will find interesting, that how your Snapchat, how Facebook, how YouTube, they are using and they are making profit using this machine learning, deep learning, right? These are very powerful, tools to make profits in business. They are making profits from you. So, machine learning, okay. I'm skipping all the slides. Yeah, let us discuss this. Machine learning, 3 types of learnings in machine learning. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Supervised learning means there is a supervisor. Supervisor here is labeled data set. Supervisor means teacher. And here who is teacher for machines? Labeled data set. So if you have labeled data set, you can create machine learning model from that labeled data set. Simple example देती हूँ. When you want to automate something, you have to teach machine, right? Earlier it is done like it was manual and now you are automating it. So जैसे doctors analyze करते, doctors are analyzing those MRI images and CT scan images and ultrasound images. But now you have to teach machine that how it should analyze those images. So how machine will learn? How doctors learn? From their teachers. उन्होंने उनको सिखाया था कि कैसे एक्सरे में देखना है, कैसे एमआरआई में देखना है. They learn and then by experience also. By experience also, right? How machines can learn? You need to feed this X-ray images, this MRI images of patients who suffered from those diseases to machines, right? So machine will learn, okay, patient is suffering from corona, okay, this is the pattern in X-ray or CT scan. That's why patient is diagnosed as suffering from corona disease. So such many cases, because cases also differ. So you need to feed data in thousands of or millions. You need to provide millions of records to your machine. Then only it can learn. Because limited learning means it is likely that your machine will produce incorrect results. If limited training, सपोज मैंने या फिर आपके टीचर ने आपको जब आप स्कूल में थे सिर्फ 2 बार सिखाया. सपोज टीचर इज टीचिंग यू इन इंग्लिश सब्जेक्ट, टीचर इज टीचिंग यू अल्फाबेट्स A to Z. All of you learned this alphabets like in a same, like suppose teacher teaches for example somebody may have learned this alphabets in 2 goes, somebody may have learned in 10 goes, right? So for example, मैंने 2 बार आपको दिखाया कि this is A, this is B. You probably, some of you probably remember this is A, this is B, and some of you may not remember, right? और 2 बार सिखाया. तो जिन्होंने नहीं लर्न किया था, पहले out of 100 50 लोगों ने लर्न किया था what is A, what is B. Now again 2 times I am teaching what is A and B. So more 20 students have learned what is A, what is B. Right, because your learning rate is different from their learning rate, right? So but at least you believe that if I teach you many times that this is A, this is A, this is A, this is A, then definitely you remember this is A. But if I teach you only once or twice this is A, the probability is less that you remember this is A. You may mistake. If I teach you only twice that this is 6 and this is 9, you may get confused as a child that which is 6 and which is 9. But if I teach you multiple times that this is 6 and this is 9, You will remember that what is the pattern of 6, what is the pattern of 9, and then you will remember this is 6 and this is 9. So sufficient teaching, sufficient learning is required when you want to make correct, when you want machine to make correct predictions, right? So sufficient amount of data needs to be provided. And supervised means labeled data. It is labeled. Data set is labeled. Okay? Unlabeled data set. There are many fields where we have unlabeled data. There are many fields where we have data, but it is not labeled. Give you simple example. I am working in healthcare domain since last 5 to 6 years. Okay? I usually focus on a new problem which has not been addressed in literature. So I visit doctors. I visit multiple doctors of one, subdomain of medicine. I discuss with them. I find the problem. And then after that, I request them to provide me data. Right? There are certain issues in providing data in medical field, so they do not easily provide data, but they provide data. Now, this data which they provide, let's say MRI images. They provide me MRI images. But this MRI images is not useful to me because it is not labeled. Are you getting my point? I have collected this MRI images from doctor, but it is not useful to train my machine because it is not labeled. MRI images, for example, ultrasound image. Suppose I have taken, they are the ultrasound images of stomach. Stomach includes several small organs. It includes liver, it includes small intestine, large intestine, gallbladder, pancreas, etc. So if they are not labeled that what is pancreas, what is liver, what is small intestine, what is large intestine, how machine will understand that in this ultrasound image which is liver, which is gallbladder, which is pancreas? So it needs to be labeled. Okay? So who will do that? Doctors are very busy because we are highly populated country. Doctors are very busy. Right? We are not less populated country and they are like free. So medical professionals, though they wish to help us, they don't have time. So they cannot label this thousands of data for us. So many times what they do, they train us. And then we need to label that data. So if it is labeled, if we can label it, then we can use supervised learning. But if we cannot label it anyway, through them or like if we cannot label it anyway, then it is unlabeled data. And for unlabeled data, if we want to train our machine with unlabeled data, we have unsupervised learning. Many things in your life you have learned which is not taught by your parents, which is not taught by your teachers, or which is not taught by your siblings, right? Because you learned on your own. How did you learn? Observation, analysis and observation. Similarly here, if it is unlabeled, there are different techniques which analyze and observe the data and learn. फिर वो जो भी समझे, वो हमें सही मानना पड़ता है. Because we have not labeled it. So now we are leaving up to machine that you analyze it, you find the patterns, you learn on your own. तो जो भी learn करे. Right? So they are unsupervised learning. Reinforcement learning, it is completely different concept which I'll not go in detail, but okay, I'll tell you in brief. It is like there we use agent and it works based on rewards and penalty concept. So agent is like algorithm. When it works correctly, rewards are given to it, and when it makes wrong decisions, penalty is charged. So when penalty is charged, it comes to know that it has made some mistake. So it learns. And even when rewards are given, it learns that it has done something good and it learns. So autonomous car, it works. It is based on reinforcement learning. It is based on autonomous car works based on reinforcement learning. So complex applications of real life sectors, they use this reinforcement learning. Even the AlphaGo game, it is also based on reinforcement learning, right? So this is also very useful. I'll skip all this slide. Okay, these are the various algorithms of supervised and unsupervised learning. I'll also skip this. Okay, and this is the 5th step of data science project. Which is the 5th step? Can you tell me which are the 5 steps of data science pipeline? First, collection of data. Second, clean the data because garbage in, garbage out. Okay. Third step, explore the data, because you need to know the relationship between data. Sometimes if you have noticed that one step during the exploratory data analysis is variable transformation. Variable transformation means you want to analyze data, and in your data set there is one column date, wherein date is given in this format dd des mm des yyyy. Okay, in this format date is given. But your objective to analyze data is you want to know that in so and so month how many customers purchased so and so item. Right? So what you have to do, you need to know only month, you don't need the entire date. So what you can do in this case, that one variable can be transformed into three variables. You can create 3 columns in your data set. One only date, second only month, and third only year. So if I want to know that how many items were purchased on a particular day, I can. If I want to know like month wise, I can. If I want to know year wise, I can. Right? So many times we need to transform variable from one format to other. So all these things are carried out during exploratory data analysis. Okay, fourth step wherein most of the people are interested. What is that? Build machine learning model and train your machine learning deep learning model with the fine-tuned data. Okay, that is the fourth one. Okay, so here during the fourth step, listen carefully, you only train your data with this data. You are training this data. You are training your model with this data. Once you train, you have to check, you have to validate that model, whether it is predicting correctly or not. Okay, so you have test data and you test your trained model, whether it is predicting the correct results or not. That is done during the fourth step only. Okay, testing is done during the fourth step only. And now when it is ready, you have to deploy that trained model into real life sector. So that is fifth step. Interpret the data. Now start using it because it is trained, it is ready. Okay, so start using it in real life sector. All your big companies, Uber, Ola, this YouTube, Facebook, right, Amazon, they are using these technologies. Right? You must have experienced that when you book Ola or Uber, many times during second attempt, it increases the price. It is machine learning based application. Right? All these are machine learning based applications. And you know, this machine learning, data science, deep learning, or AI and data science, they have completely changed life. 10 years back, before 1 decade, we never thought, we used to rely on manual ways for our objectives. We used to rely on manual ways for our objectives. But today, if you want to go from one place to other, you can see the traffic. You can decide the route. You can ask Siri to provide the route. Right? We never imagined that there will be something like Siri, and when we say, hey Siri, and somebody will answer. So you can also predict the future after this next 10 years. I'm telling you, what was the scenario before 10 years? We never imagined that this kind of applications were there. Right? When we were using Google as a search engine, it was not recommending the queries based on keywords. Now when you type 1 or 2 words, it gives you a list of, it recommends that is this your query? It gives you list of queries. How it is done? It collected data during initial years that what we are typing in that Google search engine. It collected that data, and based on that data, it created model which is regularly learning now and improving. Right? So now you imagine the applications after 10 years in different real life sectors. Fine. So you can imagine the future of this. Okay, so interpret the data. So for interpretation mainly in many sectors, graphs are used, data visualization tools. So you will learn in data science or in machine learning, and you will learn the Python libraries for this. Or you might have learned, have you learned Python? No. Okay, so you probably will learn that Matplotlib and Seaborn are the Python libraries for this data visualization. If you have not enrolled for certification courses on Coursera or other MOOC platforms like NPTEL, start doing that. Start doing that. They add value to your profile. Right? So you can enroll for free Stanford courses, Google courses, Coursera courses, NPTEL courses. These are like, you will find many free courses. Right? And this really add value to your profile. So now you are not in first year, you are in second year. So now you should start enrolling in these courses, which are of 4 to 12 weeks usually. Fine. So decide the path, whether you want to pursue your career in blockchain or in data science or in AI, and accordingly, like you narrow down. Okay, and accordingly IoT, and then you can start enrolling, you can start doing these courses. Okay, so these are the popular only data visualization tools. Okay, listen, these are not only the data visualization tools. Right? You will find more than 100 data visualization tools today, because that much popular data science is. Okay, so you will find more than 100 tools, but these are the popular data science tools: Google Analytics, Power BI from Microsoft. The first Tableau is also from Microsoft. Then Plotly, Matplotlib, Panda, Seaborn, they are from Python. Okay, so these are popular tools. And thousands, like hundreds of plots are possible using this, and these are data science tools. Okay, and here, okay, I told you some of the applications in this real life sectors. Now, can you tell me that how this, if any one of you knows that how this big companies are using data science and machine learning to make profit? If any one of you knows, yes? Advertising. Which company? All. Okay, so advertising, fine, yes, they use machine learning, because if being a girl, suppose once or twice you have seen recipe, then it will recommend you again and again, right? Suppose you have seen clothes. Right? It gives you advertisement of clothes, and suppose you are stuck there. So it gives you more and more. Right? So it tracks that what activity you are doing on those pages, and accordingly it recommends. Okay. Okay, Netflix recommendations. Uber, we have dynamic price, deciding the route for determining the fare dynamically. It uses data science and machine learning. Spotify and that YouTube, again recommendations. Spotify also, like after weekly release, it recommends you as per your choice. Okay, Facebook for automated tags and all, right? Snapchat, मैंने तो कभी यूज नहीं किया है, लेकिन क्या कहते हो आप, इमोजी, फिल्टर्स, क्या होता है स्नैपचैट में? फिल्टर्स होता है ना, हाँ. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड ऑन दिस मशीन लर्निंग एंड डीप लर्निंग. ओके, गूगल सर्च इंजिन. गूगल सर्च इंजिन at the background continuously one algorithm is running, and it keeps track of all the activities you are doing in Google search engine. Right? Suppose you have typed one query, it shows you results, and suppose you have visited the different results, but you are more on the third result. So what it decides, that this is the relevant results, and it learns that for this kind of query, this is the most relevant result. Right? If you do not stay on some of the pages, then it decides that these are not relevant pages. So accordingly, it responds to similar next query. It learns. So all this, okay. Okay, so that is all about the about the AI and data science, like brief introduction of AI and data science, that how they are connected, how they are used in real life sectors, what is their power. Okay. Now here I have included one use case from our own research. In fact, 4 use cases are there. As per the remaining time, I will discuss use cases. Okay, we have almost 50 minutes, so I'll cover use cases in 40 minutes and then 10 minutes for question and answer, or 35 minutes and 15 minutes for question and answer. These are my students who worked on this applications. So this is the joint work. Under my guidance, they implemented these projects. I may start with any. The first is computer-aided dry eye disease detection using deep learning. The next is, these are all like, rarely explored or rarely addressed problems in literature. So these problems were identified consulting doctors, and they only provided data to work on these problems. Fine. So the first is computer-aided dry eye disease detection. Let us start with that. This will give you idea that really if you want to work on any data science project in your 3rd year or 4th year or now, how can you start in any domain. So this will give you idea. Being a 2nd year student also, nowadays this is not only computer science students are doing, even non-technical people are also working on data science project and AI/ML projects. So they are your competitors. So if you are in this field, you should start working on these projects now, like from 2nd year. How you can start? We have seen the steps that what you have to do. You have to finalize the problem, collect data, clean data, analyze data, create machine learning model, which is very easy nowadays because of Python libraries. Like earlier we used to write code, but now all those models are available directly in Python libraries. Just you have to use that model in one line. Earlier we used to write thousands of lines to implement those models. But now it is so simple, just you write a one line using Python library to use that model. Okay, and the 5th step is interpret the results. Okay, so how can you do that? So as I told you, data science, which is a combination of 3 fields, machine learning, computer algorithms, and domain knowledge. So if I want to work on this problem, first I need to gain the domain knowledge. First I need to understand this problem, and then only I can provide solution. Okay, so let us understand what is this problem. What we have done in this? What is this? Computer-aided dry eye disease detection using deep learning. So this is automated dry eye disease diagnosis, automated dry eye disease detection. So let us first understand what is dry eye disease, how it is manually diagnosed by ophthalmologist, what are the drawbacks in manual diagnosis, so that it should be automated. Okay, so let us understand that. This is the anatomy of eye, which consists of 2 major segments, anterior segment and posterior segment. Anterior segment has different parts, you can see iris, pupil and so on, and posterior segment also has some parts. On the top of that corona, a thin layer is there, transparent thin layer is there, which is not visible, which I have located with that red line. So that transparent thin layer is known as tear film. It is known as tear film. Its job is to keep our eye moist. Have you ever experienced that sometimes you get burning sensation in your eye, or sometimes your eyes are itchy, or sometimes they are red, right? So this may be the symptoms of dry eye disease. Why this may be the symptom of dry eye disease, you will agree when I'll show you the causes of dry eye disease. This is very common disease nowadays, and I honestly tell you, till I worked on this problem, I was not knowing that this may be the symptoms of dry eye disease. After I worked on this disease, in 2018. It has been 5 years. Okay, and in these 5 years, I went to ophthalmologist many times for the drops of dry eye disease, because then I came to know that this is the dry eye disease symptom and it needs to be taken care, because nowadays we are addicted to electronic gadgets, which is the main cause of dry eye disease. Okay, so if you want to protect your dry, most of you nowadays like wearing spectacles. When we were studying, hardly 1 or 2 students. आपको शायद ये थोड़ा स्ट्रेंज लगेगा, पर जब लड़का लड़की एक दूसरे को देखने जाते थे ना, तो भी अगर किसी को स्पेक्टिकल्स है ना, तो नॉट कंसिडर्ड गुड कि उसको स्पेक्टिकल्स है. So but now it's very common because we are using electronic gadgets for many hours per day. Okay, so these are the diseases related to different parts of the interior and posterior segments, and our focus in this research was on dry eye disease. Okay, why our focus was on dry eye disease, I would like to share with you. These are the main reasons that why we focused on dry eye disease. Through our discussion to ophthalmologists, we came to know that 37 to 47% of all patients who visit ophthalmologists, they visit ophthalmologists for dry eye disease. 37 to 47%, almost half. It is a growing public health problem today due to increasing use of electronic gadgets. It is a common disease but still often overlooked, because I told you when we get such symptoms, we overlook these symptoms. Next reason is it is progressive disease, and moreover the patients who are suffering from severe dry eye disease, their pain is almost they are suffering as much as severe angina and dialysis. So we thought that it is important to work on this disease. These are the leading factors for dry eye disease, and you can see that the first thing, and it is not prolonged use of computer, but it is prolonged use of electronic gadgets. Electronic gadgets, we were not even using, we were not watching TV even for 1 hour, and mobiles were not there. And now mobiles, TV, tablets, computers. So you need to take very good care of your eyes. Otherwise, like these problems may occur. And these are the other factors which cause dry eye disease today. Okay? Fine. What are the symptoms? You see the symptoms, and probably you might have suffered some time through the symptoms and you may have overlooked. What are the symptoms? Burning sensation, pain and irritation, sore and itchy eyes, excessive tearing, dryness, blurred vision, photophobia. These are the symptoms of dry eye disease. If this dry eye disease is left untreated, it may cause infection in eye, it may cause corneal ulcer, or it may cause blindness. So it should be treated. This dry eye disease, they are not easy. These are the 6 different methods commonly used all over the world to diagnose this disease. These methods are divided in 2 major parts. These are the tests based on quantity of tears. So what ophthalmologists do, please understand this, okay? What ophthalmologists do, through some medical instrument, they measure the quantity of tear in our eye, and based on quantity of tear, it is decided whether patient is suffering from dry eye disease or not. If it is less, then patient may be suffering from dry eye disease. Second type of test is they analyze quality of tear film. I told you what is tear film? Transparent layer situated on the top of cornea. That is tear film. So in this 3 tests, the tear film quality is analyzed, and from that ophthalmologist decides whether patient is suffering from dry eye disease or not. Okay. Now here you can see that among this all 6 tests, this is very common. Which is very common? This is very common, the 6th one. It is known as tear film breakup time test. Tear film, which is transparent layer, its breakup is analyzed. So that test is very common. Why it is very common? Because this test is performed using the slit lamp. You might have observed this. It is called slit lamp. So that test is performed with the slit lamp only, and it is very easy to diagnose dry eye disease using the slit lamp. Okay, now please know the process, that how it is analyzed clinically. When you go to ophthalmologist, they instill fluorescent drops in our eye. You are asked to blink your eyes sometimes so that those drops spread over the entire area of the eye, and then you are asked to sit for 15 to 20 minutes before your eyes. Have you experienced this? Have you experienced this? When you go for your number checking, eye checking, regular eye checking, they do this. Like fluorescent drops are instilled, you are asked to sit there for 15 to 20 minutes, and then only the eyes are analyzed. Okay, so this is the test. Okay, now how much time you are there in the clinic? 15 to 20 minutes. Then diagnosis takes some, let's say, another 5 minutes. During analysis, video is taken in this test. You see this is the video. Video of 10 to 12 seconds, only 10 to 12 seconds is captured, and that video is analyzed by ophthalmologist to check whether patient is suffering from dry eye disease or not. Now when ophthalmologist is capturing this video, if you blink your eyes, ये तो आपने नंबर चेकिंग में भी एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा, अगर आप आई ब्लिंक करते हो, डॉक्टर आपको बताते हैं आई ब्लिंक मत करो, because they cannot analyze. Right? So during this, during capturing of this video, if you blink your eye, you are advised to, like they recapture this video. So this takes time. So this analysis, at least it takes 30 minutes. How much time it takes? You are asked to sit there, then doctor analyzes it for 10 to 15 minutes, and almost it takes 30 minutes or more than that. Sometimes repeated tests are also performed if it is not diagnosed correctly. Right, so this is how this test is performed, okay, clinically. So what are the disadvantages here? Okay, these are the different types of, like, severity of this dry eye disease. I told you how it is diagnosed. How it is diagnosed? How this disease is diagnosed in this TFM breakup time test? Video is captured. Okay, this is the video. Please look at this video. Okay, this is the beginning of the video. After some time, you will see the dark spot, dark black spot. Can you see dark black spot? If dark black spot appears, it indicates that patient is suffering from dry eye disease. So doctor has to measure that after how much time this dark spot appears. So if dark spot appears in less than or equal to 5 seconds, patient is suffering from severe dry eye disease. If dark spot appears between these seconds, patient is suffering from moderate dry eye disease, and this is greater than 10, eye is normal, patient is not suffering from dry eye disease. So this is the domain knowledge we needed to gain before we started working on this problem. This is the domain knowledge, that what is this problem, what are the symptoms, how it is diagnosed clinically, now what are the disadvantages, why we should automate it. Okay, so here are the disadvantages of this clinical diagnosis. The disadvantages of clinical diagnosis are time consuming, breakup areas are identified manually. Okay, please understand this. That video is analyzed by ophthalmologist manually. Being an ophthalmologist, I may analyze that the dark spot has appeared after 6 seconds. Being an ophthalmologist, you may have analyzed that the dark spot occurs after the 5 seconds. It's a difference of only 1 second. But difference of 1 second changes the severity from severe to moderate, and accordingly the medication may be different. So this manual analysis is subjective. Manual analysis is subjective. Even the difference of 1 second changes the severity of this disease. And so if you want to overcome this, you should have very good computer aided diagnosis of this disease. Moreover, the other disadvantages are multiple tests are performed in some cases. If multiple tests are performed, first test mein already 30 minutes spent kiya, or 10 to 20 minutes. So it takes, like, it's very time consuming. So to overcome these disadvantages, we thought to propose the solution, computerized solution of this problem. So this is our solution. These are the various steps of our proposed solution. And here I would like to let you know that how we are using the deep learning here. Okay, so we collected videos that student who was working on this problem. Her husband was ophthalmologist, and fortunately he could help us to provide the data. So we could get data for that. And here you can see that this is which step, now be with me. Which step this is? Data science project hai ye pura. First is data acquisition, means data collection. After that, second step is pre-processing. So you need to, there are no standard pre-processing steps. Your data may be in text format, your data may be in image format, your data may be in voice format. So as per your data, you need to, even if it is in image format, like there are no standard steps. You have to analyze the quality of your data, and then you have to decide which pre-processing steps are required. So for different problems, for different data sets, different pre-processing steps are required. Fine. So then you decide the pre-processing steps, and then they are applied here. So you are preparing the data. After that, here you are finding one additional step, data augmentation. I told you that to create a good model, you need data in which number? In millions. But we don't have. We could collect only in hundreds. So what we did, we augmented that data so that at least we get some good results. So data augmentation was carried out. And here is the, what is this? Which is the step now? Okay, exploratory data analysis is carried out during the previous steps only. So, building the model. So here we are using deep learning model. You can see that this is CNN model, convolutional neural network, which are very powerful to analyze image data. So we use convolutional neural network, and here we are getting the output. So you can see that this is the training phase of the solution. So we trained this network with hundreds of records, and then we tested it. So this is the testing phase of this, that after once you train it, you can provide a new input and you can check whether your trained model is predicting results correctly or not. Right? Now same process, same steps, you can apply to any problem of any real life sector. I hope you have understood the steps. Right? This is one example, and such other examples I have included here. We got satisfactory results here. Yeah, these are the results. Our results were compared with ground truth, with doctor's opinion, that what was the doctor's judgment and what our model was predicting, and what is the match between them. Right, so this is how we compared. Okay. This is another problem which is also very interesting. Early diagnosis of, I think there's one more use case we can discuss, and then I would like to take your questions. This is early diagnosis of hypothyroidism in infants. Our body consists of number of organs, internal and external. Related to each organ, several diseases are there. Related to each organ. Okay, skin disease. If I talk about the skin disease, my one PhD scholar is working on that. Okay. So many skin diseases are there. Like she identified 22 dermatological conditions. Still she is working, but that time initially she identified, I remember this number because we submitted one paper wherein we mentioned all these dermatological conditions. So 22 skin related. Surprising, when I wanted to work on infant related disease, I consulted a few pediatricians. One pediatrician told me, okay, I told him that I want to work on what? When my daughter was 13 years old, she suffered from one disease. She got rashes on the entire body, and I took her to doctor, normal physician. And doctor identified that she was suffering from measles. Then I told doctor that she had taken that measles vaccine, so she should not suffer from that disease. Then she told me that doctor, she was lady doctor, she told me that sometimes exceptional cases may occur. So I accepted it, and I started, like my daughter started taking medicine suggested by her. 2 days went, she did not recover, rather temperature was increasing and rashes on her entire body were also becoming severe. So then I thought that now I should change doctor and I should go to pediatrician. As she was 13 years old, I did not go to pediatrician because she was 13 years old. So then I visited pediatrician and then I told pediatrician that I went to so and so doctor and she is she is diagnosed with this disease. And then he was surprised. He said, "Who told you that she is suffering from measles? She is not suffering from measles, she is suffering from scarlet fever." First time I heard this name, that there is something like scarlet fever. I never heard this word in my life, that scarlet fever. So he prescribed some medicine and prescribed some tests, medical test, blood test and all. We are computer engineers. So as soon as I reached home, I googled that what is scarlet fever. And yes, I noticed that she had similar features. But that time I was not knowing that why that lady diagnosed that disease as measles and why he diagnosed as scarlet fever. Okay? But that was the motivating point for me. And then I decided that I also want to work on this disease, that why she diagnosed measles, and if I would have not. And the main thing is that was a life-threatening disease. It occurs only for the children of age 9 to 13, and if it is not treated on time, it may cause death. So I was like, how she diagnosed, how come she could not diagnose and she diagnosed wrongly? So I wanted to work on that. So after like 1 or 2 years of that incident, I contacted pediatricians that I want to work on this disease. Then they told me that this disease falls under a particular category, and that category is rash-based diseases. Rash-based diseases. So I said, then which are the rash-based diseases? Then he told me, the doctor told me that so many diseases have the similar kind of rashes. I said, can you please give me some examples if I know those diseases? Then he told me that dengue, measles, chickenpox, scarlet fever, rubella, all these are diseases having the similar kind of rashes. I know only these 5 names today, but there are 16 under this category. And they have similar kind of rashes. You get similar kind of rashes for all these diseases. And you cannot diagnose, even the experienced doctor cannot diagnose that whether this is measles or this is chickenpox or this is rubella. Right? So they need like very good experience, very good knowledge to diagnose it correctly. And then he told me that even pediatrician could not identify when his son was suffering from this disease, that is hypothyroidism. So then I got motivated that, okay, let me work on, I wanted to work on that rash-based diseases, but then he told me that if you want to work on this disease, then you should have data of all the 16 diseases. And then only you can train your machine learning model, and then only like you can automate this disease diagnosis. Then I left it because I had to collect the data of 16 types of diseases. Then he only suggested that you can work on this because we are finding many challenges in diagnosing this disease. I said, what challenges you are facing? So then he called me in one pediatrician meeting. There I discussed that what I wanted to do, and they helped me. So this much work you need to do initially to gather the data, to get the domain knowledge, and then only you can do something novel, you can contribute. So they called me, and then I discussed with them, and they told me that what challenges they are facing. Those challenges are, when infants means 0 to 2 years, right? So when they are suffering from this disease, they cannot diagnose the symptoms easily. And the symptoms are common to the symptoms of some other diseases, I tell you. These are the symptoms. These are not all symptoms. These are the facial symptoms when infants suffer from hypothyroidism. So you can see that what are the symptoms? puffy face, yellow color screen, flat breech nose with broad fleshy tip, swelling around the eyes. These symptoms are often overlooked because this can be considered as the common feature of the infant. If it is yellow skin, it can be diagnosed as jaundice. Other symptoms, they are neglected because they can be considered as common feature of the infant. So they are finding it challenging to diagnose this disease in early stage, and that's why they wanted us to automate diagnosis of this disease. Moreover, this is not only the reason that they are facing the challenge, that was not only the challenge. The main thing, the primary reason they wanted us to automate this is this. The complications of this disease in infants are, if it is not diagnosed at right stage, during the early stage, infant may get mental retardation. Infant may lose speech, and these are permanent damages which cannot be recovered. So he wanted us to automate the diagnosis of this disease, which can assist pediatricians to diagnose this hypothyroidism in infants. So we got motivated from that discussion, and then we proposed this solution. Like similar solution, you can see that. Okay, the next challenge, from where to get data to train the model. There is no open data set available. No one has worked on it. From where to get data set? And these are the rare cases. Right? There was no reason for doctors to collect the images of these infants who were suffering from hypothyroidism. Why they should collect? And if I want to automate, I need images of infants suffered from hypothyroidism. So then I asked them that from where to collect. Then he said me that you will find this is the disease diagnosed by a pediatric endocrinologist. Further specialization in pediatrician. Pediatric endocrinologist. So then I said, now how to find pediatric endocrinologist? He said that there are only two for infants, there are only two pediatric endocrinologists in Surat, and you can consult a pediatric endocrinologist in other cities. You will not find pediatric endocrinologist in town. I consulted many, but due to some issues like privacy issues and some ethical issues in medical domain, they could not. I consulted them so many times, and only two doctors provided me data. One in one in Ahmedabad, and they told me in pediatrician meetings that she is the most popular in entire Gujarat, so you can consult her. So through reference I went to Ahmedabad, and we met her and we requested her. So we requested her to collect such data over the period of 6 months. Now you can imagine how much data we will get over the period of 6 months from one doctor. Only 150 images. Right, so we got only 150 images, but at least we opened a new direction in this domain for the research. Okay, so this is like how, and these are the images collected from her only. And you can see the format of the images. These are not good images to process or to work for data science project, but at least we started working on it. And these are the results, right? So we trained model with infants suffered from hypothyroidism and healthy infants images. And it is required to train your model with negative and positive images to avoid accuracy paradox. So you can see the results here, right? So we got good accuracy, we got accuracy of almost 80%. But this is just a beginning. This cannot be deployed in real time. Because to deploy this model in real time, you need to train it with millions of records. And you need to validate, you need to get validation through pediatric endocrinologists, right? But just we opened a new direction of research in this domain using AI and data science. Okay, fine. So I think 2 use cases are enough. Now let me directly switch to future opportunities in 5 minutes, and then we can have question answer session. Oh, sorry. sorry.
Here are the challenges. Though AI and data science have brought several technological advancements in several real-time sectors, still there are technical and non-technical challenges. They face several technical as well as non-technical challenges. So what are those challenges? Lack of centralized data set. If I want to deploy this healthcare solution in different parts of state or different parts of country, I need to train model with patients' data from different parts of state or different parts of country. Because people in different regions, they have different features. And very good example, you can compare the features of North Indians with features of South Indians. Many ways their biological characteristics are different, and so if we want to deploy that solution in a broader region, then we have to train it, we have to create a centralized data set, and we have to train our model with this centralized data set. Second, dearth of quality data. Just I showed you the data which we used for hypothyroidism problem. Right? The images, you can see, I think the doctor did not collect. Maybe she took help of assistant. And the images were like, in some images, you can find the infant sleeping on the dais. In some images, you can find the infant standing. They were not in good format. Right? So the quality of data matters, as I shared with you, garbage in, garbage out otherwise. Lack of sufficient annotated data. Even if we collect this data, when we collected data of hypothyroidism or when we collected data for dry eye disease detection, we got them labeled from medical professionals. So you need annotations on data, then only you can train your model. Imbalanced data, that is, you cannot train model only with positive cases. You also need to train your model with negative cases. Right? Then only the learning will be fine and the correct results will be predicted. The next is inadequate training of machine learning, deep learning models due to limited data and or due to limited annotated data. Right? Very common. Okay. And the last one is very important, lack of interpretability. You might, because you are in second year, right? But now computer science domain is not limited to only computer engineers. Even school students, they learn these subjects. You know, AI is introduced in CBSE syllabus. Python is also introduced in CBSE syllabus. So not only you are learning, when they will be after 10 years or after 5 years, when they will be with you in your organization or in your company, they will be your competitors. And probably they may have very good knowledge compared to you, right? So you need to keep yourself upgraded every time. And here I would like to share with you that interpretable AI, this lack of interpretability means today AI systems give you decisions, but AI systems are not giving you reasons that why is this decision. Right? So this is called lack of explainability. So interpretable AI can be used to provide the explainability of the decisions, of the results. Accuracy of current AI solutions is limited. We can increase it. The second is very important, lack of association between domain experts and machine learning experts. If I want to work on any project in healthcare, okay, I may skip this, it seems. Okay, fine. Let us end this session. Fine, so this is said by, according to Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web, data is precious thing and will last longer than the system themselves, right? Fine. So this is all from my side. Now if you have any question related to AI or data science, I would like to take your questions.
If you have any question. Yeah. How to get data sets? There are several data repositories available and publicly available data sets are there. For example, I'll tell you. So you know so many public data repositories are there from government side also and otherwise also GitHub and all. If no data is available, you have to spare time and you have to collect data. And you won't believe that nowadays even the government is providing funds for collecting data and generating data sets for valuable fields. So you have to spend time and you have to collect. If it is a new problem which is not addressed in literature and if data set is not available. Any other question? Yes? Yeah. But for only data analysis, we do not need AI. AI is required only if you want to be data scientist. Data analysis only, even with Excel sheet, you can analyze your data. Even only with that Power BI tool, Google Analytics, these are the several tools using which you can simply analyze your data and you don't need data science there. So for data analysis, like simple data analysis, we do not need AI techniques. Fine? Okay, it's a good question. When any AI-based system is created, it is not directly deployed in the real-time sector. Once it is trained with millions of records, it is always, validated. For validation, it is given to professionals of real-life sector. They analyze for real-time cases and then only it is deployed. So before that AI solution is deployed in real-time sector, it is really tested for long period of time and then only it is deployed. So if the accuracy which is provided by it, if it is satisfactory, if it is reasonable, right, then only it is deployed, otherwise it is not deployed. So you will find several AI-based solutions available in literature which are solutions but they have not been deployed in real-time sectors because they are not satisfactory. Accuracy provided by those AI models or those AI solutions is not satisfactory. It is not as expected. So if we talk about the healthcare, it is expected that ideally it should provide 99 point or 100% accuracy, then only it should be deployed in a medical profession. So rigorous analysis is carried out once the model is trained. And for accuracy, only data is not responsible. When you will learn machine learning, you will also learn that there are several factors which affect the accuracy of this AI-based solution. So all those factors need to be taken care. Like for example, if you are implementing this using artificial neural network, then hyperparameter tuning is important, architecture of neural network is important, the number of records in data set is important, the quality of data is also important. So many factors affect the accuracy of AI systems. So all this is taken care when you really work on the data science project. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah.
Ma'am, my question is why we are confusing with the machine learning model with AI model, because the AI term should be more broader than the models that we use in as per your case studies. As per your case studies, you mentioned that at fourth step we are building models with our data. So for that we are making machine learning model, not AI model. AI should be more broader term as it is a technology which mimics or observe or gather knowledge by its own observation on mistakes or whatever we say as data as per their initial steps. So why we are confusing with the AI model in machine learning model?
Okay. Yeah, if I have understood your question is for machine learning model, why we are using the word AI models or AI technique? Yeah, okay. So here I'll give you one example. Suppose there is one solution proposed by you or the few members of your family. Okay? So I may say that, may I please know your name? Abhinav. So I may say that this is Abhinav's solution. And instead of that, I may say that if your surname is XYZ, I may say that XYZ solutions. So it is machine learning or deep learning model only in data science. Right? Not other than that. If we are creating, like if we are implementing any NLP application, then we have models for that also, like we have sequential models for that, RNN and LSTM and all, right? So these are models only. They are machine learning, deep learning models only. So actually these are the subdomains of AI. AI is a broader term. It is a broader domain. So instead of that, machine learning, deep learning, I am taking the name of family as I am saying that it is XYZ solution. So AI technique is a broader term. If I want to be very specific, then I have to say that, and that's why I told that among all the subdomains, nowadays machine learning, deep learning and natural language processing, they have been widely popular because they are like applicable in almost every real life sector. Other fields are physiology, expert system, knowledge representation. So we also have applications of this, but these three things are widely used nowadays. So instead of like people say ML based solution or DL based solution, but they in broader term they say that this is AI based solution, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other question? I'm expecting many questions from you because you are beginners. Right, so you should have curiosity to know many things and you may have many questions. Any addition, any question? Okay, fine. If no questions, like you can, here I have not included, but you can connect me on LinkedIn or Facebook. Right, I am there. You can contact me. You can drop offline messages. My email address is there. So if you have any question, right? Sometimes I may not immediately answer, but I answer always. Okay? So you can contact me. And the final statement here, I'll tell you that though you may feel that this is the beginning for you being a computer engineer because you are a second year students, but I say that this is very late being a computer engineer because nowadays even the school students, they have started working on robotic projects, they have started working on data science project, AI students, and I go to, because how I know, because I am invited to those schools also. So I go to those schools and I have witnessed their projects. So start implementing. Do not learn for third year or fourth year to implement these projects. It would be very late. Right? Okay, that's all from my side. And thank you so much for patiently being here. Thank you so much.
Students, on behalf of Vivekananda School of Engineering and Technology, I would like to thank you, Mayuri ma'am, for spending your time and enlightening our students on the most important topic of today, that is AI and its uses. I hope so, students, you might have enjoyed the session a lot. So a big round of applause for ma'am. See, enjoyment should not be limited to this room. What ma'am has told, try to look those things because that are relevant to your course curriculum. Whether you are a computer science students, whether you are AML students, whether you are data science students, whether you are IoT students, any branch, Be it any branch, you have to use this core techniques in your projects. See, are you talking something very important? That is more important that I am talking? See students, if I say that you people need to develop projects for your curriculum, as per your curriculum, see in 4th semester all of you need to develop one project. That is a part of your course curriculum. And the projects these days are based on these technologies only. Somewhere, somehow you have to use this. Are you aware what is happening these days? What is happening these days? Are you aware? In all the applications, whether it be healthcare, whether it be transport, whether it be cyber security, everywhere machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence are being used. So you have to learn these technologies in depth so that you can use in your projects, so that the projects that you are making are more advanced. As you people might not be aware yet, we have also started with the Industry Practice Center that is totally related to your enhancing your AI skills. So we will be conducting same sessions again and again. Ma'am will be coming. Last year also ma'am visited us. This year again she is with us. So next year again we are hoping ma'am will be with us. So any doubts you people are having, ma'am has given you her LinkedIn ID. Ma'am has told you she is on LinkedIn. You can connect with her. If you don't want to directly connect with ma'am, you can just tell to me. I will pass your doubts to ma'am so that we can start with a collaboration. If you have some ideas, you want to work on that idea, you can share your idea with ma'am. Ma'am is ready to give all the inputs to you people. So ma'am, thank you so much for spending your time. Thank you. Everybody. Today I think so all of them.
Yeah, it's not sufficient only to create the LinkedIn account. Know the purpose of creating the LinkedIn account and create a target that every week or every month how many connections you want to make, and count that if you make 5 connections every week, at the end of year you will have how many, right? 250. So you need to increase that, and at the end of this 4th year how many connections you should have, because then only you can grow and you can establish yourself in industry. Otherwise this is very useful. So those who do not have, they need to create and need to get connected to the people in the field. Fine? Thank you.